Detroit's mayor has a new warning about COVID-19. The city is heading in the wrong direction very quickly.
We were the national story. We are not a national model right now.
Why Detroit is in trouble and the mayor's solution. Also, here's Ben.
A cluster of afternoon thunderstorms, just the start of our rain chances this week. Find out how many days we could expect to get wet. Sandra?
All right, Ben, also ahead, a critical witness on the stand in the Derek Chauvin trial. We're following today's testimony. It's all coming up first at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit. Local 4 News first at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sandra Ali in for Karen Drew. First at 4, the state of Michigan and city of Detroit are in the national COVID spotlight again, this time for all the wrong reasons. That's according to Mayor Mike Duggan, who has an urgent plea for all Detroiters. First, the state is reporting more than 10,000 new cases over the past 2 days. That's a daily average of more than 5,000 over the weekend, a drop from Saturday. But Sunday was a holiday. We've also seen an additional 21 deaths. This afternoon, Detroit's mayor said the city's infection rate is up to 16%, with hospitalizations tripling. He says that's because the city's vaccination rates are lagging behind the rest of the state, and that needs to change. He's unveiled a new push to bring vaccinations into Detroit's neighborhoods, and you can find the 8 locations and the dates on clickondetroit.com. Mayor Duggan says the next few weeks will really determine what the city's summer is like.
There is no reason this city can't be reopened and back to normal by the end of summer. But if our vaccine rate is running far less than the surrounding communities, we're not going to make it. Our future is in our hands.
And we're going to bring in Dr. Frank McGeorge now into the conversation. And Doc, you know, as you're hearing these numbers, what do people need to be thinking about? What should we be doing?
Well, you know, Sandra, today's numbers just continue to fill out the picture of spread in Michigan that's been consistently accelerating over the past month. The biggest difference now compared to in the distant past is that in the past, this degree of increasing case number, percent positivity, and hospitalizations that we have seen over the past few weeks, that would have triggered restrictions and other state level requirements to slow the spread. That is not happening right now. So I really need to emphasize to everyone that it is all of our individual responsibility to protect ourselves and our community. At the current rate of spread, with hospitalizations doubling in under 2 weeks, we could actually reach a point like we did last year where hospital capacities are strained, threatening everyone's care. And I can tell you, right here in Southeast Michigan, we are already feeling a new COVID squeeze in the ER. And even though we aren't at that critical stage yet, we all need to slow things down with our behaviors.
Yeah, and you know, this is a question that's come up a lot lately. If it's getting so much worse, do you have any idea why the governor hasn't changed anything?
Well, no, not really, although I would guess it's probably a combination of the fact that closing things is incredibly unpopular. And now, frankly, we do have a vaccine that appears to be having a protective effect on at least the most vulnerable older population. The real question right now is simply whether we can outrun our current surge.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Doc. And of course, we're going to be talking to you again tonight at 5 and again at 6. And remember, everyone 16 years and older is now eligible for the vaccine in Michigan. We've posted more information for you about vaccines, and we also have a live blog. It's on the homepage at clickondetroit.com. We are tracking all the vaccine information for you. Right now, the sun has been shining in downtown Detroit. Things are starting to warm up a little bit, but what about the chances, though, for rain this week? Here's Ben now, and Ben, we're wondering, where do things stand right now?
Well, this is that time of year, Sandra, where we get sunshine in one spot and we've got thunderstorms in others, and you can see that cluster out there in Washtenaw County that kind of blew up and then faded away pretty quickly. We do have a little bit of rain left over there in Monroe County, but it does look like the lightning strikes have faded as that is making its way out to the lake. A few more other areas that have popped here on the east side up around Macomb County. You can see one little cell looks like it's trying to get its act together there, coming off the shores out towards the lake. So we'll continue to watch that. Otherwise, temperatures, big difference between that 50 in Sandusky and the 65 that we've got out there in Adrian right now. We've got a lot of warm air headed in our direction. In fact, tomorrow, well above normal, our 2 warmest days of the year so far. Some sun, some rain as we head into the weekend, but the unsettled pattern this week is our big headline, and we'll track it all for you in just a few minutes. Sandra?
All right, Ben, we'll see you then. Detroit police are investigating a shooting that left one person dead and 2 others hurt. Gunshots rang out on Fairview off East Warren and French Road. Investigators say there was some kind of argument. That argument escalated. They're looking for an older model gray Chrysler Sebring. During the shooting, we're told there were 5 people inside that car. At least one of the victims is now in critical condition. Homicide detectives say they are working the case right now. The fire department in Novi investigating a deadly fire. This was at the Country Place condominiums off 8 Mile. A neighbor heard a smoke detector going off and then saw flames coming from a front window of one of the apartment units. Firefighters raced there and they found a 44-year-old woman inside. She was rushed to the hospital, but she did not make it, sadly. 2 small dogs also died. So far, it's not clear what caused the fire, but investigators say there's no reason for them to suspect any foul play. The murder trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin continues now with a key witness today. Chauvin is charged with 2nd-degree murder, 3rd-degree murder, and 2nd-degree manslaughter in connection with the death of George Floyd. Let's go ahead and send it out to Devin for a look now at what's happening in the courtroom. And Devin, we know that the city's top cop here has been on the witness stand.
That's right, Sandra. The Minneapolis police chief was not allowed to discuss Chauvin's firing, but he did testify about police training and police tactics, confirming that his officers are trained in de-escalation.
The goal is to resolve the situation as safely as possible. So you want to always have de-escalation layered into those actions of using force.
In today's testimony, we also heard from the doctor who provided emergency care to Floyd after his arrest. Dr. Bradford Logenfeld pronounced Floyd dead after trying to resuscitate him. Doctor says he was not told of any efforts at the scene by bystanders or police to resuscitate Floyd, but that paramedics told him they had tried for about 30 minutes. He testified today that he theorized at the time that Floyd's heart most likely stopped because he didn't get enough oxygen.
And doctor, was your leading theory then for the cause of Mr. Floyd's cardiac arrest oxygen deficiency?
That was one of the more likely possibilities. I felt that at the time, based on the information I had, it was more likely than the other possibilities.
And doctor, is there another name for death by oxygen deficiency?
Asphyxia is a commonly understood term.
The defense argues Chauvin did what he was trained to do, and Floyd's use of illegal drugs and underlying health conditions caused his death. County Medical Examiner's Office ultimately classified Floyd's death a homicide, that is, a death at the hands of someone else. Much more on this trial coming up when you join us for Local 4 News at 5. And Sandra, I'll see you then.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks, Devin. Metro Detroit schools are struggling and really scrambling to try to keep everyone safe after spring break. Many districts are now going virtual again, but one private school is going in a different direction. It's returning to the party tent learning model. Paula Tutman found this model seems pretty popular with students.
This is the ambience of class at University Liggett School in Grosse Pointe Woods. With only about 600 students and 80 teachers, it certainly earns the label of an exclusive, pricey private school. But there's nothing exclusive about the safety measures it has jumped through hoops to achieve to protect everyone inside from the outside threat of the COVID-19 virus and its variants.
It starts with physical distancing in the classroom, arranging classrooms so that the furniture students are as far apart as can possibly be, plexiglass dividers at every seat so that students are always divided by a piece of plexiglass, potting students so that students, particularly in the lower school and the middle school, travel with the same group of students most of the day so that if there is a case and we have to contact trace, it impacts fewer students than you would if it was constantly reshuffling the deck, so to speak. Air purifiers and filters.
Decals on the floors, temperature checks at the door, and 95% of its teachers are fully inoculated. With this strategy, this school has been able to remain open for in-person learning 5 days a week for the majority of its students. Last fall, the school even erected tents for outdoor learning.
We wired the tents for Wi-Fi, so they had all the technology to bring in remote learners. And so we got to Christmas, really, or Thanksgiving, and it got too cold for the tents.
And so when students return from 2 weeks of spring break tomorrow, they will see that the tents have returned. What Liggett has realized is that the tents not only provided a working COVID mitigation strategy, but also an engagement strategy, because it turns out that students love learning in tents.
And it has us thinking, when we're beyond this, and I hope that's soon, we're thinking differently about all this outdoor space that we have and how we can use it, beyond the playground, beyond the special events.
And moving forward, the school is looking at ways of teaching that weren't necessarily taught to teachers in college, but strategies they learned, boots laced up and into the fire by necessity.
I would say we've taken a lot of lessons that we can bring forward to continue to evolve in our program. We are a regional school, so we have students coming from over 60 zip codes. So it's not as simple as what's the situation here in town. It's really what's the situation in Southeast Michigan.
This school has figured out how to literally attract students under the big tent of learning in the art of safety moving forward.
Okay, so listen, this is what's really, really important. And that is, this is indeed a small slice of what's going on out there that is working. But what happens on spring break doesn't stay on spring break. Sandra, you talked about it in the beginning of the newscast, 15% community spread. Dr. McGee talked about trying to outrun the virus with the vaccine. And a lot of school districts are really, really struggling with what to do to keep their students safe. Coming up at 5, we're going to talk to some of these districts, including one superintendent who says, look, Lansing, you've got to take this hammer from on top of my head so I can do what's best for my students. It's just really tough out there, Sandra.
It really is, Paula, and lots of districts, like you said, are really scrambling. All right, we will see you then. Thank you so much, Paula. Still ahead, Target says it wants to help the environment and also help your family budget, but there are some things you need to know before you cash in. Also ahead, a royal parade thousands of years in the making. We're going to talk about the motive behind this multi-million-dollar display. But first, it's a no-win situation. We are tracking the state of emergency surrounding a huge pond of wastewater that could collapse. So we're going to look at what's at stake coming up next.
Tomorrow morning, Nick Monticelli reveals how a local teacher is helping her differently abled students find jobs virtually. Tomorrow on Local 4 News Today.